Okay, so let's work through the following question. So what you have to do is you have to take this bigger expression here and divide it by this smaller expression. So it's a long division, but dealing with algebra expressions. So the first thing what we want to do is we just write this like so. We write our bracket, and inside it we put the bigger expression, x squared plus 9x plus 14. And then on the outside we put the smaller expression, x plus 2. Now what we want to do is so we go through a number of different cycles. The first cycle that we go through is what's known as the division cycle. So what we do is we take this first term here and we divide it by the x term within the smaller expression. So what's that going to look like? It's going to be x squared divided by x, and the answer to that is going to be x. Okay, x squared divided by x is just x. So this is your answer, and this is what's known as the division phase. So you take your answer and you put it up here. So you just write it out up here. The next stage is what's known as the multiplication stage. So what you're doing is you're multiplying your answer by the smaller expression. So that'll look something like this. So it's going to be x multiplied by x plus 2. Okay, so it's this multiplied by this smaller expression. So that's equal to x by x is x squared, and then x by 2 is plus 2x. Okay, plus 2x. So this is your answer then for the second part, for the second cycle, the multiplication cycle. So you take your answer and you write it underneath the larger expression, and you're going to take it away. So you write it, so I'm taking this and I'm writing it under here. So it's x squared plus 2x. And then I draw a line underneath this and I subtract. So I'm subtracting these two from each other. So this brings us into the third phase, which is known as the subtraction phase. So all I do is I just take these away from each other. So x squared minus x squared. So if I have x squared and a minus x squared, I'm going to end up with 0. So these two just cancel out. And then I have 9x minus 2x, or it's positive 9x minus positive 2x. So that's just, we can write it like this. So 9x minus 2x is equal to 7x. Okay. So just important kind of point to note as well. So this is the operation minus, and so this is the operation here. So these are both positive integers. So you see you have this positive number in front of it. So that means, so we're not putting in the plus here or the plus in front of that, but it's implied that they're there. Okay, because they're positive integers. So this is the subtraction phase. So what we do is we write our answer down underneath here. So x squared minus x squared just leaves you with 0, so there's nothing to write down here. Then you have 9x minus 2x, 9x minus 2x leaves you with 7x, and you put your answer down here. Then what you're doing is you're bringing down this 14, so you're bringing it down here. And this is plus 14, so it's plus 14. So that's one cycle that we've gone through. Now we do exactly the same thing again. So we start off with our division phase, okay, which is here. So this is our division phase. We start again. So what do we divide? We take this expression here, we take this term, the x term, and we divide it by the x term here. So what does that look like? It's going to be 7x divided by x. That's going to be equal to, so that x will cancel that x, and it's just going to be equal to 7. So this is your answer here. So you take your answer and you put it up here. Now this is plus 7. Okay, so it's positive 7. So you put up your answer here. So then we get in, so that's the first phase, like we've done up here. So the next phase then is the multiplication phase. So again, we're going to be multiplying. We're doing our second round of multiplication. So what we do is, what do we multiply? So we multiply our answer that we got here, which we put up here, by this expression here. Okay, so it's going to be, what does that look like? It's going to be 7 multiplied by x plus 2. What's that equal to? 7 by x gives you 7x. 7 by plus 2 gives you plus 14. So this is your answer for the multiplication stage. You take your answer and you put it underneath this here. So it's going to be 7x plus 14. So now we're into our second round of subtraction, okay, or the subtraction phase. And I'll just write this over here because I'm running out of space. So we have our subtraction round. Okay, and what are we subtracting? We're just subtracting this from this. So we have 7x minus 7x is equal to 0. Okay, so that's this 7x minus this 7x is equal to 0. Then we have 14, so we have plus 14 and plus 14 minus plus 14. So you can just write this like so. It's 14 minus 14 is equal to 0. Okay, so these cancel out. So essentially these two will cancel out. And there's no remainder left. So your answer then, when you divide these two expressions by each other, your answer is this here. So this is your answer. So the answer is equal to x plus 7. So that's that. That's how you work out those questions. Now just be careful here as well, just with this operation here. So this is minus. Sometimes the integers in here can be negative, and then you end up with a double negative situation, and in that case that's where you're going to change the signs, but that hasn't happened in this particular example. So that's long division of algebra expressions. So hopefully that helps. Thank you.